You're close with that comment. You're close. For the purposes of criminal prosecutions, Donald Trump and Republicans in the House and the Senate want to lower the age to 14. You can prosecute a 14-year-old as an adult for federal crimes. They don't want to lower the age of consent. Well, I mean, I think most of them want to lower the age of consent to 14 because Republican men are perverts and want to marry 14-year-old girls. You don't ever hear about Republican Christian women wanting to marry 14-year-old boys. You only hear about straight white Republican men wanting to marry 14-year-old girls. I feel like that's an important distinction to make. But they want to lower the age to 14 at which you can prosecute someone as an adult for federal crimes. But yet, Mike Johnson and John Thune in the Senate, and certainly Donald Trump and all other Republicans in the House and the Senate, don't want to prosecute adults who sexually assault 14-year-olds, as Donald Trump was alleged to have done in Katie Johnson's lawsuit. They want to lower the age to 14 so that you can prosecute 14-year-olds as adults for federal crimes, but they absolutely do not want to prosecute they don't want to prosecute adults who sexually assault 14-year-olds. And they want to legalize straight white Christian Republican men marrying 14-year-old girls. They want that to be legal. Straight white Republican Christian men are perverts. They crashed Grindr at a funeral, Charlie Kirk's funeral in Arizona. They crashed Grindr at a funeral. They also crashed Grindr at the Republican National Convention last year in Milwaukee. Their flights landed in Milwaukee, and they got off the planes. And these straight white Christian Republican men who just landed in Milwaukee for the convention got off those planes and said, I need some of that sweet Milwaukee penis. Those same straight white Christian Republican men, when they flew into Arizona for Charlie Kirk's funeral, landed and said, I need some of that sassy Phoenix cock. But they also want to marry 14-year-old girls. And they refuse to prosecute people who have committed sex crimes against 14-year-olds. But they also want to prosecute 14-year-olds as adults for federal crimes. Why don't straight white Christian Republican men like adult women? They marry women. I don't think they like them because they would prefer to marry a 14-year-old girl, or they would also simultaneously prefer to get on Grindr and get some dick. Why don't straight white Christian Republican men like women, adult women? I feel like we could solve a lot of problems in this country if we could unpack that question.